right, we just got finished with basketball. Miami Heat going down 3-1 to the San Antonio Spurs. Andrew Tabiti, who did you have winning going into it? Don't lie. And what did you think about the way it played out?
I had the Heat going in. I thought it was going to at least go to Game 7, but you know, they got beat. They got beat bad, and the Heat they came off a good start because of LeBron, but LeBron just started fading away. I don't know what happened. But you know, if you want to be great, I think he should put more effort in it. You know, he's passing the ball too much. He wasn't himself that game.
Are you surprised that Tim Duncan has been around, and the Spurs in general have been around for so long and as good as they've been for them?
I'm not surprised. They got chemistry with each other. They've been in practice. They're a better team. You know, so they've been around playing with each other. So you could tell in the game the way they was doing alley hoops, the way they was passing, the way they was. You know, the way it was passed to each other, shooting, assist, all that. So they just a better team.
Going in the series was going to win, and what do you think about the way it turned out?
I thought the Spurs were probably very motivated, and I think their big three complemented Miami's big three. And the bottom line is the Spurs were the better team, and they won, and I'm happy.
Were you surprised they dominated, and especially those last 3 games in the fashion they did?
Not really. When they play team ball, and when you play team ball, you're going to win most of the time.
And that, were you surprised the way it went down?
I thought I was surprised. You know, I felt like obviously the Miami Heat had the edge. They two-time defending champs, but I just think that it was just a matter of just. You know, they had better basketball. You know, the Spurs just played a much better, rounded basketball. They had a deeper team. Their bench was better, and they weren't just relying on one person. You know, LeBron did what he did, but when it comes to that level, he can't do it by himself. So I thought the San Antonio Spurs came back and they got the revenge that they wanted. You know, they went back last year's offseason, and they thought about losing last year, and they came back and they got their revenge. So big up to them. You know, they've always been a very good basketball team, fundamentally based team, and they proved it.
Who's easier to knock off their feet, Dwayne Wade or Luis Arias?
Wade, his knees are gone.
Well, in the flop.
But that's gonna be the interesting thing is now what's up next year. It's gonna be a lot of trades. Gonna be a lot of moving around, and I don't think LeBron will be in a Miami Heat jersey next year.
Oh, you think he's going, huh?
Yeah, I think he's
back
gone.
to Cleveland.
I think he's gone.
Or New York, maybe.
I think. Well, from what I heard, I hear that LeBron wants to be one of the. Well, he can't be the first anymore because Michael Jordan became the first ever athletic billionaire. But LeBron's on his next way up, so I think that if that's what LeBron wants to do, which I'm hearing he does, I think he goes to New York. You know, the bigger market, and I think he can kill him. He'd kill him out there in terms of, trying to reach to be a billionaire.
Shocks, who'd you have going in the finals, and what do you think of the way it played out?
If anybody know me, I mean, I'm a big basketball fan. You know, I always like to play the basketball video games and stuff. And then, like I said, if you know me, you know I play with the San Antonio Spurs. That's one of my favorite teams in the NBA right now. Over the last couple of years, so you know. I had San Antonio winning. I didn't think that it was gonna be that lopsided, but I did have them winning the whole thing.
Are the Miami Heat done? You think their window's closed?
You know, it's hard. It's hard to say. It's all up to the guys on their team whether or not LeBron wants to stay. You know, it's all up to him because at the end of the day, he is the best player on that team. And Dwayne Wade is kind of fading out the NBA right now. He's on his own way out, so it's all up to what LeBron James and Chris Bosh wants to do, if you ask me.
I'm with Miami Heat. I love the Heat. I love Dwayne Wade. I love LeBron. I'm with the Heat. You know, you can't win them all. They won 2 in a row. San Antonio's a good team, man. Hats off to San Antonio. They're a great organization. I feel a little sad for the Heat, but hey, what goes up must come down sometimes.
Were you surprised they didn't even really compete in the last 3 games?
No, because last year they barely beat the Spurs last year. The Spurs had a chip on their shoulder all season, and they wanted to get back in that same situation. They did. They persevered. They won, you know. That's not what we can say.
Has their window closed, the Heat?
No, the window hasn't closed. They'll be back next year if they stay together. Get a few new additions. They need a real true big man. But I think they'll be right back if LeBron James if LeBron James stays there, they'll be okay. If he leaves, it's a done deal. So people can hate on LeBron, hate on the Heat all they want. They won 2 championships in a row. They got to the finals 4 years in a row. That's an amazing accomplishment. You know, you can't win them all.
Speaking of basketball, Miami Heat got their ass whooped. Who'd you guys have going in, and were you surprised at the outcome?
Spurs. You know, they just was hungry. I mean, a few years back when they played, you know, it was so close. You know what I'm saying? So they just came with a whole new game plan, and they played fundamental basketball. You know, it's not all about stars and all that. It's about how you play the game, and it's just like it's similar to boxing. You know what I mean? It's not all about yeah. You know, it's all about the win. It's not all about, oh, he the champion, he came in. No, champions get beat too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they showed that the Spurs earned it.
Mike, were you surprised,
No,
Mike?
I actually wasn't surprised.
Well, the last 3 games, though, the Spurs just beat
I was
their ass.
surprised that they got spanked like that one game.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, I knew it was going to be over. I kind of was hoping the Spurs would win anyway.
Has the Heat time come and gone? Are they done?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because now there's revenge and there's a fire under them. You know what I'm saying? So
Might be some trades.
yeah, it might be some stuff going on, but I wouldn't say that. That's the end.
Mike, you're a heavyweight. With the way Dwayne Wade and LeBron James hit the deck so easily, how do you think they do in boxers?
They wouldn't do too well.
Yeah.
A few 10-7 rounds in your...
Yeah.
It's like when they play together, man, it's like they kind of off too. You know what I mean? Like,
That's funny.
you know, one man don't run the show. You know what I'm saying? So it's like LeBron couldn't do it all by himself, and when it was clutch time for all the other players to step up, they didn't do it. But you got the Spurs, all of them players was like ready to go, even the bench. So,
that was the difference.
man, they wanted it.
Thanks, guys.
For sure.
Going in the series, and were you surprised it turned out the way it did?
I'm not surprised, but I didn't have no pick. I mean, neither one of them on my team. I'm a diehard Laker fan. Our team is doing bad right now, but we'll be back. But I didn't really care who won.
Are you one of those people you either love James or you hate him? Are you a pro or anti-James guy?
No, the boy definitely has game. I mean, he can do a lot of things that other athletes can't do, and I mean, he's blessed, he's talented, but he didn't win.
How would he be? I asked Jeff Mayweather this. How would he be as a boxer, seeing that he's so easy to knock down on the court? Do you think he'd be a terrible boxer because he falls down so easily?
I mean, I wouldn't be. You can't really make that comparison. But if he flops like I do in the game sometime, or falls like I do in the game, boxing would definitely not be his best interest.
All right, Miami Heat got their ass beat this weekend. It's over. 4 games to 1. Who did you pick going into that, and what do you think about the way it played out?
Well, I mean, I thought the Heat would win, to be honest. I thought they were the younger team, and I thought that they would probably, outrun them, and the older team would probably fade. But actually, I didn't know about the new young guy they got on their team.
And you didn't know they're actually the younger, more explosive team. So
Right.
Yeah. Were you surprised? I mean, especially the last 3 games, what the I'd say were that the Heat really didn't offer up any resistance?
Well, I mean, I think that the fans were a little tough on LeBron, and they feel like no one's actually in that man's shoes to know if he was actually in pain or not. But everyone, they wrote him and talked about him so bad as though he was letting his team down, and no one really knows. No one was in them shoes but him. So, I mean, I hate when people do that.
As big and strong as they are, do you think Dwayne Wade or LeBron James would make good boxers considering they get knocked down so easily?
Well, boxing and basketball is 2 totally different things. So, I don't know what they would do in boxing. If they started young enough, they'd probably be successful. But without starting young enough, they would have a chance.
It's funny because when I saw the Spurs playing OKC and they beat them by like 31 games, and I was like, this team is definitely they're gonna pull it off this year. They just look hungry, you know what I'm saying? And when they were beating Miami by 20, 25 points or up by that margin, during the game, out of the 5 games that they played, come on, how can you not win? I mean, they just look more like the live, hungrier team, especially after last year when Ray Allen hit that 3. That really saved Miami, So I mean, they just look like the hungrier team. They wanted it more, and it showed. Every game they won, it was by 15 plus. And you ain't gonna. It's just like when you get beat by that margin, it's just like, come on, man.